Oh my gosh, I started the video and I was checking my text messages. Hi, this is Brian Hagney, Instructor of Communication at High Point University. This is one of the many videos about how we're going to model something, how we can model a fairly simple character, such as Robert from the Inner World, one of my favorite point-and-click puzzle adventure games. Alright, so we have kind of his body and his hat, and in the very beginning, you remember, I had us delete the top of his head and the bottom of the cylinder. We did that in this mode, right? In the very first edit poly. By the way, what you'll notice is this is why they don't let you go back and re-change these edit polys so easily. If I were to turn that off, bleh, look what happened. It's because I deleted the caps, the cylinder caps in the very beginning. It changed the names of all of the vertices and all of the faces. So all of these edit polys that we added on are like affecting vertex named like vertex number 256. So when I say, you know what, I'm not going to delete the top and the bottom anymore, it's going to change vert names and polygon names and things like that. So that's why it's so important to keep track of all your edit polys. Okay, but let's go ahead and add a new edit poly on top, right below the turbo smooth, and I'm going to uncheck, I'm going to toggle that show end result, so I'm not looking at a turbo smoothed object, and I'm going to go select this top edge. Of course, I'll go into front mode and to left view mode if you want, and I'm going to show you another way to work with a model. So let's see, we started off with the cylinder. We rotated and scaled and moved its edge loops. We used Swift Loop to add edge loops in the middle, but here's an easy way to grow an object, because I want to grow that top of that cap. If you hold down, if you select the edge loop at the very edge, the very top, or the bottom, we're doing the top here, and you hold down Shift, and you move that, you actually extrude a nice new bit, and we can actually keep doing that, shift dragging it, shift dragging it, shift dragging it. I'm not going to do all those because I only needed this first one. Go to your left viewport, and of course we can do the same exact things by scaling it the way we want to scale it, rotate it the way we want to rotate it, and move it the way we want to, whoops, oh no, move it the way we want to move it. Here we go, something like that. Alright, yeah, that makes sense. Good, good, good. Maybe it needs to be scaled a little bit like that. Yeah, that's probably good. Okay, now here's where I'm going to work in a single viewport, Alt-W, and I'm going to work in perspective view. Well, that's odd. I might need to just, yeah, let's make that a little bit nicer. There we go. And we are now going to close this off and make this a completely closed object, okay? And the way I'm going to do that is, let's just see if I added that. Yeah, I'm going to keep working in the same edit poly. I am now going to, I could just click create. So I have none of the sub-elements selected. So no vert, no edges, no polygons, no nothing. I'm just going to hit create. Now create, it is a little bit weird. And so you want to get to a point in your viewport where you're not going to accidentally click on the wrong verts. You see these little blue verts here? Okay. Right now, I can create an edge. I can't create a vertex, but I can create, oh, it switches to polygon for me. That's great. I'm in create polygon mode. Okay. Notice my cursor. As I get close to that vert, it changes. And that's when I know I can left click. The next thing I'm going to do is go to this vert right here. And I want to do this in a counterclockwise fashion. In the olden days, this really mattered. I think it still does. I want to create all of my polygons in a counterclockwise manner. And I'm going to create one quad-based or four-sided polygon at a time. I could right click right now to just finish that, or I could just left click on the first place I created it. And now I'm going to right click again just to get out of the create tool so I can show you left clicking off it. That's what I did. If you weren't sure where to do your polygon, this is it. This is where we could do it. Okay. So I just created one polygon, but now you'll notice, hey, look at what are the shapes that are left. These are also polygons. Okay. They're trapezoids, but they're polygons. Or, they are quads. Sorry, of course they're polygons. But these are quad-based polygons. That's good. Okay. So I'm going to go back to create, and now it's going to be even easier. I can left click, left click, left click, left click, and right click, and it creates that. And I could go left click, left click, left click, left click, left click, right click, right click. Whoops. There. And now I have a complete quad-based finishing of this. And the reason why it's important for me is when I turn on Turbo Smooth, that's going to give this top a much rounder, a much better, more pleasant experience. If it was just finished off like the normal standard polygon or cylinder cap, it would look pointy and really weird. Okay, so I can do that at the bottom. Well, and I'll show you the other reason why I want to do it this way. If I were to use Swift Loop, this Swift Loop now goes around the entire object, left and right and front to back and right here. So if I didn't have this set up in this particular way, it just wouldn't function the same way. Okay, right click to disable that. I'm going to do that for the bottom. Again, I'm going to do this really quickly. If you're having trouble following along, just play the video slower or rewind it. Where's my create? Clicky, 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 right click, clicky, 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 right click, clicky, 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 right click to disable that. Okay, and now we have the, let's uncheck that and toggle this, go here, hit F4, and we have our Robert model that we can start with. Okay, and we'll probably make our legs their own objects and the arms its own object as well. And you can make those out of what? Oh, right, cylinders! Okay, I hope you had a great time, and I will see you in class.